All right, hey, so today what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our warm-up here. So all I want you to do is I want you to perform this set of transformations. You're doing two transformations here on triangle RST, which I've already graphed here. All right, so you're going to do the first transformation and the second. You need to know the order. We talked about this yesterday. All right, and then I want you to write down both sets of coordinates. I want you to write down the first transformation's coordinate and the second transformation's coordinate. Remember, because there is no x and y axis prominently shown, this is going to be your y-axis, this is going to be your x-axis here. All right, and this right here is your origin, so that's going to be 0, 0. All right, spoiler alert, one of your points will be negative. All right, we'll have a negative x value. It's going to be over here somewhere. All right, so don't be afraid that you have that. So what I want you to do, pause the video, and then when you're done with the warm-up, press play, and then you're going to see the answers. All right, so here are the answers to the warm-up. So this is what you should have. The purple is the first. All right, so remember, you do this first. So t -5, -1, which means left 5, down 1. And then you're going to go t3, 2. That's going to be second. So you do that second. Gosh. All right, you're going to do that one second from s prime, r prime, t prime. So once you're done with SRT, you work from the newest shape to find your next transformation. So that's what you're going to look like, and these are the coordinates. So again, r prime was actually your negative. It was -1, 3. But you kids are good math students, so that probably wasn't any problem for you. So, all right. Before we get started today, what we're going to do, take a look at the homework answer key. All right. So again, here are the answers. What I would suggest is that you pause this video so you can look at the answers. You can check your answers out. All right. And then press play when you're done, once you've seen all these answers. All right. So I'll be back tomorrow so we can answer any questions on this, because we're going to do day 2 when I come back tomorrow. But today what we're going to do is we're going to do day 1 of, where is it? Nope, wrong page. Sorry. Right here. We're going to do day 1 of translations, or sorry, reflections. So on your notes, here we go. These are your notes right here. So a reflection, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, is a mirror image. All right, it's a mirror image. It's like literally you looking in a mirror of your pre-image over the line of, and we call this reflection. All right, what we're going to reflect over. All right, we're going to have a mirror image. Now, our lines of reflection, we will be reflecting over only 2 lines in this class. All right, and that's the x-axis and the y-axis. All right, now, what I'd like you to do right now is I want you to pause your video, and I want you to go into the class box. There should be near the door, there's a clear plastic bin, and I want you to all to go grab a highlighter or a colored pencil. You need a highlighter or a colored pencil. So somebody in your group go and grab enough for everyone in your group and come back and press play. All right, so the reason I want you to have the highlighter is because when we are doing these reflections, the first thing you're going to do is you're actually going to highlight the line that you are reflecting over. All right, and it's really going to help you when you do this, because once you identify reflecting over x or the y-axis, all you do is then count your distance. All right, all you do to reflect is you count the distance that each original point is from the line that you highlighted. All right, how far away? Because once you've counted that distance, you're just going to go the same exact distance on the other side of that same line. That means your new point, all right, is your prime. So you need to make sure you label it prime. So this probably does it and doesn't make sense all at the same time. So here's our first example. All right, it says reflect triangle RST, what I have graphed here, over the x-axis. All right, so this, you could have it in words, or what you're going to see majority of the time is like this: a lowercase r with the axis that you're reflecting over. That means reflection. Lowercase r means reflection. So it's telling you what you're reflecting. So to do this, the first step is highlight your, come on buddy, where is it? Highlight your line that you are reflecting over. So we're reflecting over the x-axis, so I'm going to highlight the x-axis. This is what we're reflecting over. Now, all right, what you're going to do is you're going to take each individual point and you are going to count how far away the original point is from the line of that we're reflecting over. So let's start with S. S is 1 unit from the line of that we're reflecting over. So we're going to go 1 unit on the other side, and this is going to be called S prime. Now we'll do the coordinates in a second, but that's S prime. We're going to do the same thing with the other 2 points. Now R is 1, 2, 3 units away from your x-axis, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on that same vertical line, and this is your R prime. And then lastly, T prime, 1, 2, so we're going to go 1, 2 on the other side, and here is T prime. This, come on, there we go, is your first reflected image. A reflection, a little like, I guess, non-technical name is called a flip. Flip. You are flipping it over the axis. It's just going to flip itself over. All right. So there's your reflection. So all we're going to do is we're going to label the coordinates. So S, now notice I got an X and Y axis. So you start at the origin. All right. And S is left 3, up 1. So it's -3, 1. That's S prime. R prime is left 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4, up 3. So -4, 3. And T is not left or right, so it's 0, and just up 2, so it's 0, 2. So this is reflections. Now, in my opinion, I personally think reflections are the easiest of all the transformations. All right, because literally you just need to know what you're reflecting over, and boom, it's done. You just count your distances. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to flip your page. Gosh, where's your notes? Oh, here we go. All right, and we're going to do a couple of these together, and then I'm going to ask you to pause and do some on your own. All right, so here we go. Let's do example 1 together. So example 1 says our x-axis. That means we're going to reflect over the x-axis. So we're going to highlight the x-axis. We're highlighting what we're reflecting over. So there's your x-axis. All right. Now, from there, to reflect over your x-axis, you are going to take each individual point and you're going to count how far away they are from the x-axis. Does not matter which point you start with, just choose a point. So I'm going to start with A. A is 1, 2, 3, 4 units from the x-axis. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. And this is going to be called A prime. Oh, man. Again, I apologize. Wow, don't know what's going on with my computer. This could be a quick exit for me, because if it's doing this, I'm definitely not going to waste my time. Oh, look at that. Of course. All right, so again, sorry. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is A prime. All right, B prime is 4 also, so we're going to go 4 on the other side. So that's B prime. And then C is 1 away, so we're going to go 1 away here, and that's C prime. So we connect all of our points. And notice, these triangles should look almost identical. It's just it's flipped over your line of symmetry. So here we go. All we're going to do now is write in our coordinates. So A prime is starting from the origin. A prime is left 1, 2, 3. So -3, down 1, 2, 3, 4. So -3, -4. All right. B prime is 1 unit right and down 4. So it's 1, -4. And then C is right 3, down 1. So it's 3, -1. And there you go. All right, let's do one more, and then I'm going to have you do 2 on your own. So number 2, this is our y-axis. So that means you're going to reflect over the y-axis now. Y is your up and down. All right, so I highlight that just to kind of remind me what I'm doing. And now I'm going to reflect over this. So to reflect over, again, you count from each point how far away it is from your line of symmetry. All right, so 1 line over, or 1 point over, so I'm going to go 1 on the other side. So this is W prime. Z is 1, so be careful, especially when you're going over the same line. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on the other side. Z prime. Y is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so y prime, and lastly, x is 1 away, and there's x prime. So we connect all of our points together because you need to make your shape. And then all we do now is just find your coordinates. So w prime, start at the origin, is right 1, up 3. So it's 1, 3. 1, 3. X is right 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, negative 4. Y is right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5, negative 4. And Z, oh, don't know why it's doing that. I apologize. I don't know what is going on with this computer. Oh boy. Okay, I apologize. And Z is right 1, 2, 3, and up 1, 2, 3. So again, you're not working on an unbelievably terrible computer, so yours shouldn't be having these green things. But again, all right, you need to just make sure you're counting and taking your time. So pause the video now, and I want you to do 3 and 4. All right, so here you go. Here are the answers to 3 and 4. The one that I'd actually like to just take a look, if you're like, oh man, I was kind of struggling, is look at this. Look at F prime. All right, now F starts on the x-axis, and since we're reflecting over the x-axis, since you're on the x-axis on the line that you're reflecting over, your prime is on the exact same point. Your prime, if you look here and you're like, oh man, look at that. The prime is literally on the exact same point as where F was. So F prime and F are both the same coordinate. Whereas everything else, in D and E, so D prime, E prime, and then all of this shape, M, N, O, P, are all at different points. But I just thought that was a fun one, kind of different to look at. So if you're on the axis that you're reflecting over, you actually do not even move. You just stay there. All right. So here we go. So can you determine what axes the point was reflected over? So this is just problems that are trying to get you to think about what is happening with these coordinates here, like how are they reflecting over? So some students always say, well, how do you figure this out? Like, what's the easiest way? Well, for me, what I do is I actually draw a picture for the first couple times, and actually some people will just continue drawing a picture. And I'm not asking you to draw a full-on to scale, really nice graph. It's just a mock diagram. You're just going to draw a mock diagram, a little mock graph. And what you're going to do is you're going to first graph your original point. So 3, negative 5. That means right 3, down 5. And this is where M is. This is 3, negative 5. Now, my new point, M prime, is 3, 5. So 3, 5 means right 3, up 5. This is M prime. So if I started at M, and I finished at M prime, what axis did I cross over? Well, the axis that from this point to this point crossed over is the x-axis. You see how that is? So you're literally just looking at, oh, what does it have to cross over to reflect over? And the mock diagram really just helps me out when I'm doing that. So number 6, again, draw a mock diagram. So I start with negative 1, 7. Negative 1, 7 means I go left 1 and up 7. So there's T, and now my prime is 1, 7. So that means right 1 and up 7. So if this is T prime, think if we were to extend this graph out, what are these 2 points reflected over? Well, they're both reflected over the y-axis. You see that? So the mock diagram really helps you out when you're doing these things because it really kind of gives you an idea of where the points reflect over. All right? So where are they split? What axis is the thing that's splitting them? All right, I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to let you try. So here we go. I draw a mock diagram. I start with 5, negative 2. 5, negative 2 means right 5, down 2, so it's just around here. So that's Q. Q prime is 5, 2. That means right 5, up 2. So this is Q prime. So think about it. What's the axis that you went from Q to Q prime over? Well, if you touch each point, you're going to realize you went over the x-axis. All right. So what I'd like you to do, I want you to pause your video, and I want you to try 8, 9, 10. All right? Press play when you're done. All right, so again, my computer started acting goofy again. So number 8, it crosses or reflects over the y-axis. Number 9 is the x-axis, and number 10 is the y-axis. So if you didn't get it, take a look at my points, see where they are, but hopefully you all did really well on this. All right, so here's the deal. You're finished now, so go to the sub and say that you're done. You took your notes, you did all your example problems, and you'd like to start your homework, all right? Make sure you get your homework done. You're going to check it in tomorrow when I'm back in class. Have a great day. Be good to the sub.